All right. Welcome to yet another episode of Leadership Story Unscripted by Meet the Man podcast. So, we are going to have a very exciting session today because we have with us today Dr. Kirranpreet Kaur. Kirranpreet, thank you so much for joining us. Kirranpreet is heading the HR for a very well-known firm, and she is doing wonders in her HR profession. She started off with Amex, I believe,
That's right.
and it's been a wonderful journey so far. 20 years or more than that?
14 years.
14 years. Okay, great. I wouldn't get into the age because that'll not be right. But nevertheless, the important thing is we're going to go into the unscripted story of the lady herself, Dr. Kirranpreet Kaur.
Thank you so much, Maggie. It's a pleasure here.
Doctor and all, huh? Why did you think of doing a doctorate degree after having done your MBA? This is all for the students out there.
Yeah, so
I mean, इतनी पढ़ाई क्यों? बस करो.
अभी तो डबल PhD भी जाना है.
Oh my God.
So, Manmeet, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. I think India ना बहुत generic हो गया था. I wanted to do a little more in-depth, studies, and that's where I picked up for, philosophy as my doctorate within HR. Took up the L&D space. बहुत मजा आता है. उसे पढ़ने में बहुत मजा आता है.
Right. Wonderful.
What I enjoy doing, and I think the best thing is that whatever I study, I'm able to imply at work. And so I'm able to see the results right there, which makes it a perfect combination for me.
Wow. Lovely. So your schooling has been in one school or various schools?
I think it was in one school only. Coming from a Sikh background, it has to be, in the same nomenclature. So I did my schooling through GHPS. Yeah. Very famous chain, multiple schools within Delhi.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I did my...
Most of my cousins are from there.
Oh, yeah. And post that, I thought of doing chartered accountancy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I remember going with my friends, in a shared auto to ITU office auditorium to take the classes.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think the...
So you are that Padaku Bandi without the specs, of course.
Yeah. You can say that. Yeah.
Or are you wearing lenses?
No, I'm not wearing lenses. Yeah. So yeah, and I realized, but I think the game changer was I met someone who turned out to be an inspiration. She was my mother's friend's daughter, working as an HR head in one of a giant in Australia. वो होता ना, a moment of spark. I loved the way she was carrying herself, the kind of things that she was sharing, the kind of knowledge she had. I was like, if I'm back, doing balances, I may never, understand the other side of the world. That's when my mind flipped and I said, I want to get into HR. I don't want to do CA.
So she was sort of a role model for you at that time.
Yeah. Back then, seldom you see that, dominating with that perfect demeanor. I won't say dominating, I'll say assertive, rather, with that perfect demeanor which you can, respect to. And I think that was something that I was living for. So from there, the journey began. Though my family was a little unhappy about the whole episode that you want to change all of a sudden. And I felt that this is the perfect time, because once you've invested years into something and then you don't want to pursue it for the rest of your life, it makes no sense, right, Raji? So I thought...
Kind of gets tricky as well.
Yeah. So I think I am into something that I enjoy the most, and I can do this for the rest of my life.
Wow. Lovely. And learning is for life, as our religion also speaks loudly about the fact that you are a learner for life. Wonderful. So what's the message for the young children out there or young youth out there or the millennials out there?
Do experiments. Take as much exposure as you need, but be sure of sticking to one thing. Don't invest too much in experimentation, because I see a lot of especially hovering over, taking up multiple things, do not take more than you can eat, is what I would suggest them. Focus on one thing. Do experimentation, but limit yourself on the timelines and do one thing at a time.
Okay. Interesting. Very good. Okay. So if you were given a chance to go back, say, about 14 years, you said, what would you do? Would you do HR or something else?
I think had I not been in HR, I would have definitely been a chartered accountant because then I would have been continuously...
Is there a doctorate degree for chartered accountants as well?
That's a professional degree in itself. So...
But they do attach a CA tag to it.
Yes, that's true.
Is that out of pride or is it out of compulsion?
See, only 1% make it, so I think they do deserve to get that.
Absolutely. They deserve it.
Yeah.
And I've known quite a few of my friends who've not been able to do it. And they've had sleepless nights. It's been terrible. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is. I remember back then, we were 5 people going together. Then it reduced to 3, then it reduced to 2. And when it became 1, half of my mind was already done.
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me that.
No, clearing CPT itself is, I think, a big thing in itself. And then ITCC 1, 2, yeah, it's not easy.
But I believe international CFA comparatively easier, as what they say.
The grass is always greener the other side, I'd say. It's equally difficult. Yeah. But in comparison to the entire curriculum of CA, yes.
Yeah, so they say that the Indian system is too large, too archaic, and they haven't changed things. I'm not too sure what it is. Well, the reality is, I want to hear from the horse's mouth.
Well, I would say that they believe more on the execution while we believe more on the theoretical part. So that needs to be changed for sure. Yeah. We go through a long process. They just drive through to the exact mark they need to learn. So that's the stark difference between international education.
I have a question which actually intrigues me. Have you been part of the Toastmasters Club by any chance?
No.
Just a question. Just thought. Because you speak very well.
Thank you so much.
So, okay. HR, one side. What next? What's Dr. Kirranpreet 2.0 gonna be?
I think Dr. Kirranpreet 2.0 will be holding another PhD degree from our good
no.
foreign university.
No way.
Yeah, gaining insights.
No, I mean, it's good for you, but then, oh gosh. I mean, just a thought gives me goosebumps.
No, I'm searching for some good scholarships.
Okay,
wherein, and also the destination country where I can stay for long. But right now, I mean, it's going to be just the same.
No.
Yeah. It's going to take a little while.
Of course. Require it.
And the plan can be switched anytime. You never know.
I'm sure. Flexibility is the name of the game. Great. So, Dr. Kirranpreet, the other pertinent question that I have for you is, in HR, you have, a lot of other things, for instance, that you have to do in terms of, projects and stuff like that, HR strategy. For a youngster who's coming up with a project for dissertation, any idea or thoughts that you can share?
Sure. I think how to make the transactional work go away with AI should be the project that these...
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. I mean, I remember meeting someone and we were just exploring this idea. How about, a sourcer? So we have team in recruitment as well. One who's making calls to check, hey, are you looking for a job change? So how would that get carried away by some technology, and then your life becomes easy? Then you're just technically reaching out to people. Yeah,
absolutely.
Who are interested in, a job that you're looking out for, and that saves time both ways.
Way too.
And I think with the way technology is evolving, this is going to be a huge support for us, and will open up gates for a lot of new opportunities within HR, I suggest.
Interesting.
Wherein we are doing less of the transactional work, more of the strategic. In fact, I now say that a lot. Now we're not going to have the executors. We'll have leaders all across.
Okay. So, and in which particular subject are you going to do your PhD and dissertation?
I think I'm done with L&D.
L&D?
L&D I'm done with. So I will be picking up something on the strategic side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's going to be interesting. Great. Okay. Now we move on to the most interesting part of the podcast, the rapid fire. There's no hamper here,
Okay.
but then the prize is the faster you answer, you win the audience poll,
Okay.
the audience validation.
Okay. Lovely. Lovely.
All right. So the first word that I say, you say another word which associates with that word, or whatever word comes to your mind.
Done.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Water.
Thirsty.
Okay. Holiday destination.
Club Mahindra.
Okay.
I've not been paid by them.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Favorite Hollywood actor.
Brad Pitt.
Okay. Whom would you forego a date to spend time with your mom?
No one.
No one. Okay. So there's no replacement. Wonderful. Right. What's your favorite sport?
Badminton. I love that.
And favorite bag?
Coach.
Okay. All right. Final question. What will you say to a 14-year younger self?
Change your friends.
That's a good one. Dr. Kirranpreet, it's been a pleasure talking to you over this podcast. And I really wish you all the very best with your journey ahead. And we hope to see you in the 2.0 version of this podcast. Thank you so much for coming over. Thank you so much for spending time with us. God bless you and wish you all the very best for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.